going on? Oh shoot. I don't know how well this is actually going to work. I am live streaming now from my iMac. That took a minute. I was supposed to be on here at 7 o'clock, but it took a while because I'm not used to using this thing. Number one, and number two. And number two, can I put these side by side? Because I don't like not. Okay. Chat. Okay. All right. So, here we go. There's nothing around. So yeah, so now I'm like, yeah, I hope everybody can see me clearly. I can barely hear you. I wonder, let me see. Uh, of course you come down here. Wait, hold on, let me see something. The microphone on this thing should be good, but unfortunately, I think it's because of the speakers. Let me disconnect the speakers. Give me a minute. Justin, who asked you to come down? Okay. Oh man. Yeah, no, I think you're pretending you're here. Give me a second. I don't know what's going on with the volume. I have to see preferences. It's probably because of the speakers that I have in here. Give me a minute. One minute. Oh shoot. Now I forgot how to do it. System preferences. Um, Sound. Okay. Um, Let me see. Internal speakers. Oh. Oh man. I thought that this wouldn't be a problem. Not output. USB output. Input. Internal microphone. Oh, okay. I think that works. Because okay. All right. Hello. Can you guys hear me? This thing is not. All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come back. I don't think you guys can hear me still. Can you hear me now? Boy. Because of all of the. Oh. Um. Yeah. Sound effects. No sound effects. Can we push apply? Is it not? All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Stop it for now, and then we're gonna come back. Oh yes. Okay. Yes. I am back. Hopefully people see me now. Hopefully you guys like can hear me. Okay, I think I fixed it. I think I fixed it. All right. Justin, why? There are so many things that you can be doing right now. Why do you have to be right here? Oh. Okay, I think I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Are we good? It's good? Okay, it's great. The problem is, hopefully it's not too loud now. Let me go back to preferences again. See, this thing is a little different. than what I'm used to, number one. And two, um, what happens is because I'm now running all of this software on this computer, like we hooked up, if you can see to my right, there's like a whole bunch of equipment hooked up and stuff. It's like part of the audio system we're using for the music now. My cousin came in and helped us install it all. So that's all going on over here. So when I want to actually use the microphone, I have to I have to go into the settings and disconnect it from the audio box because the audio box is where all of the input is going into. Now, hold on. If I wanted to, I could use my studio microphone, which I'm gonna play around with that a little bit later. I don't want to do that while I'm actually on here, but I just thought about it because that's hooked into the audio box, and technically I could use my studio microphone to do that. But I'll work around that a little bit later. I've been messing around with some stuff, so look out for, I don't know, a new Tilsad channel. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. What is this? Oh. Um, so how's everybody doing tonight? I had a couple of things to do today. Had an interview, had a meeting, I had a few things to do. Um, but he is so lucky that he might not have school tomorrow. Because we're getting more snow. It snowed already over the weekend, so bad that a lot of people around the surrounding areas lost power. Luckily for us, we did not lose power. We never lost power. My uncle was over here. He had to, he had to come over and like charge the devices and like shower and stuff. But we are getting more snow tomorrow. I don't know how it's going to be. But they're calling for a state of emergency in I think Jersey, maybe. No, I think it might be Pennsylvania. Around this area is supposed to get about 8 inches. And I don't know how it's going to fall this time. I don't know if it's going to be as windy. The problem with the last bit of snow was that how it was like extremely windy. So in addition to the snow, you also had the wind. It was like a blizzard situation. So yeah. Um, Okay, so I am, as of right now, very behind on everything that I was supposed to be like reacting to, reviewing, and everything. There's a couple of things in K-pop. Of course, I was saying about the H game, like the complete the lyrics thing. I actually recorded those. Um, and I'm gonna work on them probably tomorrow if I do have the time. If it doesn't snow too bad, I'm going out because I really honestly have not been out with friends and stuff. Um, I may or may not have a date. The movies tomorrow. Yeah. So that's honestly the main thing that's been slowing me down though from going to see Black Panther is because of the weather too. It's been very unpredictable, and then when it's nice, I have to work and other things, and it hasn't been a good time. But I am trying to get out there before the end of this week to go see it finally. Like I'm really behind. I mean, I wanted to see it when it first came out, but that just didn't happen. Anyway, um, let me see what else is going on. Oh, in K-pop, yeah, there's like a there's a BoA, there's NCT, there's Red Velvet. I still haven't looked at any of them. I was watching Black Nuna a little bit earlier, Gigi, and she was talking about that Wendy situation in which she was, um, well, she's being problematic, which in the past she has been problematic with like trying to act like she was black or something like that. I'm just like, ugh, here we go again with the appropriation of culture. um, oh, before I get to any of that though, somebody had commented and somebody who's been following me for a while, and I do like to get into these kinds of discussions with people when we're talking about 5H. And in my last live stream, we were talking a little bit about the situation with Camila and how people kind of brought up her issues being problematic in the past and the racist comments that she's made. Um, and uh, the user who came up to me, I think their name is Phoenix. They pointed out that Camila is not the only person in the group or from the group who has been problematic. Dinah has been problematic in the past. Hi, legend. Not quite yet. Thank you, but not quite yet. But yeah, so he had a little bit of, or he or she, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but they had a little bit of an issue with us talking about Camila and not pointing out everybody else in from Fifth Harmony who has been problematic, and more notably, Dinah. Now, I believe that Dinah has had more situations where she has like tweeted something or posted something or reposted something that was insensitive and or kind of racially charged, racist, and by the masses, such as the dark skinned girl's comment that I believe that she had shared it and thought it was a funny comment or something that somebody made, but it really wasn't. Um, the issue with that is that, you know, I feel like people maybe let her situations go because it's not something that like keeps on coming up. I don't know why Camila's stuff keeps on coming up, probably because of her growing popularity. More people are paying attention to her now, so there's going to be more dirt leaking out. But I mean, it's old dirt. In both cases, it's old dirt. Dinah's stuff is from like 2014, 2015, and Camila's is from even further back than that. So I mean, I don't know. It to me, it's just people choose who they want to go after, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, like if I see it, I'm gonna call it out. And the reason why I've never called it out on my channel, as far as the Dinah situation, is because that stuff happened way before the channel of Till Stop Marcel actually started. Um, I started this channel, it's almost a year. In March, around March, I believe. I didn't really start making many videos until like April, May. But I started the channel back in the beginning of March. And wow, it's been a year. That's crazy. Um, and so that was something that was like the furthest from my mind. But you know, when people bring up the things that was going on with Camila and stuff, even if it was from a while ago, it's brought to my attention. And so I discuss it and I let everybody know about how I feel about it. So that's the reason why I've only ever touched on the Camila issues, because those are the only issues that really found its way into onto my channel, because people, you know, they bring it back up, they always bring it back up, and there's always like people talking about it and people asking me about it. So that's, again, that's the reason why. As far as yeah, no, that's it. I was about to say something else, but that's pretty much it. um Now, back to the K-pop thing. um we already know that there's a whole bunch of people over there who appropriate the culture and really just don't really give a damn about what they do. Have you heard about the thing Lauren saying? Have you heard about the thing Lauren saying the N word? To be honest, it's totally BS. I mean, I don't know if Lauren would ever say it, or I don't know. I don't know. If she did, then oh my gosh. If not, then shame on the people who have been spreading that rumor. To be honest, I really don't even. If it's, and this is the thing with me, I am able to look past a lot if the music is good. And that's kind of the reason why I kind of dismiss some people's issues now. If it's something really serious, then I take that into account. And if they're constantly being problematic, then that's when I start saying, okay, maybe I should cancel this specific artist or whatever. But majority of the time, I'm more focused on the career. I'm more focused on the music than anything else. But yeah, again, back into the K-pop. I'm always getting like completely tangent. I'm always going on a tangent. Um, But back to the K-pop thing, a lot of them again appropriate culture. A lot of them want to be, they want to be rappers. They do hip hop and R&B and stuff. Um, that was a backlash. True, that was also backlash. Now, with the K-pop situation, I don't have a problem with them doing it, obviously. Like, we're not, it's not like black people are extra territorial over, their music and their style and everything, but don't just do it when it's convenient for you. If you're gonna do it, then be about it, you don't, because we don't get to do it. We can't just randomly rip off, a layer of our skin and be white or be some other race. I mean, it is what it is. And when people see black people or listen to music and see style that have originated in the black community, they associate it with black people. And so when you're sitting up there and you're doing, you're doing rap and whatever, and then all of a sudden you're like cracking jokes and stuff about us, or trying to emulate culture that you have no idea about, it becomes problematic at that point. And that's when we have to shut you down and let you know exactly what it is. So, with the whole thing with Wendy, I mean, I like Red Velvet. I grew to like them. Let's be completely clear about that, because I've said in the past that Red Velvet wasn't really a group that I cared about, because SM moved on to Red Velvet, did absolutely nothing for FX. Majority of Red Velvet songs could have been performed by FX. Honestly, most of their songs sound like FX songs. So it was me being bitter, but also me being like, why? Like, it's not even right. It's not fair. It's not like the members of FX are extra old. Like, the oldest member is Victoria. She's in her 30s. But at the same time, like, I mean, she doesn't look like she's 30 at all. She looks like she's in her early 20s still. Like, she has not aged, which is amazing in itself. But at the same time, like, they're still like extremely talented, lots of energy. They're still trying to do stuff, but it's just like their company sucks for them. Like, they really have not put in a lot of work to help FX at all. They just, Girls' Generation to Shiny, and then skip over FX, do it all for EXO, and then now Red Velvet, and now NCT. And I'm just like, come on, really? Like, and they're doing all this stuff for NCT, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, I guess NCT is a good group, but we still don't even know who all the members are. There's still members that have not even been announced yet. So I'm just sitting here like, this is some bull crap. And yet you had a 5-member group that was very, very good. Yes, now they're 4, but they're still strong. That Four Walls album was everything. Like, I still listen to Four Walls to this day, and it came out what, 2 years ago, 2 to 3 years ago. I think it came out 3 years ago now. But I mean, that is to say, there's so much talent that isn't actually being like, there's something in my eye. There's like so much talent that actually is not being used. And that's like the same thing can be said for a lot of these companies out here, Epic being one of them. They have all of these artists on their roster, and they only focus on a select few that's going to make them the most money, even though they probably could make the same amount of money promoting all the other artists as well. It's all about who's going to make the most money. I understand that. But if you can't handle an entire roster of, like, let's say 50 artists, then you shouldn't be signing all 50 artists. You should only sign the ones that you know you're going to push out there, and then leave it to some other company or something to go and do this artist. But it's all about the money again. They want to claim ownership of all of these artists so that they have a big roster, just so if one of them does blow up, they can be like, oh yeah, property of such and such label. But it's so cutthroat and so monopolizing the business. It's all about who can get more at any given time, regardless of what it is, money or recognition, notoriety. It's all about who can get more. And that's like really one of the things that I dislike about the business in itself. But I mean, it is what it is. It's, again, it's a business. Um, but yeah. So I know there's some things that you guys probably want to talk about, so let me know exactly what's been going on because again, I'm not somebody who's like always on social media, so I'm hardly anybody to like actually ask about certain things. Like I'm not one to actually know what's going on. I usually have to be told, or I would like pop up on Twitter one day and see it. I know some people have been talking about the whole Safari peen print. I mean, not peen print, is an actual like entire picture of his entire penis on the daggone screen. People have been talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I don't even care about that. It is what it is. I mean, nudes leak all the time. I mean, he put that out there. Let's be completely honest about that. He put that out there, and as soon as he put that out there, he's going on these interviews talking about it and stuff. So we already know what that's about. But hey, it is what it is. Um, I'm not bothered. I hope. I mean, nobody. A lot of people were bothered, but I'm not bothered. I don't really care. Um, let's see. What is this? Uh, no, what is in my eye? I think it's an eyelash. I hate when it happens. My eyelashes are so long. Normani has 12 million followers on Spotify. Oh, that's great. That's really great. Well, that's good. Well, hopefully that means she'll get a lot more streams. Um, Love Lies. I mean, we need something with just Normani. Let's push for that. I want a song with just Normani, nobody else, no features, no nothing. I want a song with just Normani. She needs to make that happen. You know, since she followed me, she has not liked like any one of my posts about her since then. It is what it is. I don't really care. I don't expect it. She follows like tens of thousands of other people, so I don't think that I'll ever follow that many people. Like I feel like it'll be a couple thousand, maybe like just a couple hundred, a few hundred. But I don't feel like I'll ever follow thousands of people. That's a lot. And then you're not even really going to keep up with them. They're just going to be blowing up your timeline all the time. It's irritating. Um, but yeah, no, that's good for her. 12 million followers on Spotify. Uh, 142nd most listened to artists. Damn, y'all be getting these stats. I honestly don't pay attention to the stats like that. If I like an artist, I like an artist. I don't really care how well or not well they're doing. Just like JoJo, I think she's coming out with a new album this year too. It's been over a year since Mad Love came out, so I know that she's working on some new music. Did you listen to Ali singing opera? No, somebody was telling me about that. Was it you? I think it was you. Um, I did not listen to Ali singing opera. I feel like her voice is good for really dramatic um, genres of music. So she probably sounded really good. Why didn't I make my cup of tea before I got in? My mouth is dry. What is? Oh, there's nothing over here. I didn't buy anything to drink either. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be dead. Actually, no, we have Kool-Aid packets. Ah. Oh, oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Again, I've been doing so much. I'm like dying on the inside. Um, I have been obsessed with this game on a mobile game called Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. Oh my gosh, it's based on the Dissidia franchise, except it's mobile, and there's like so many more characters that you can play as. It doesn't use the same like battle system as the regular Dissidia that you play on the console, but it's turn-based. And honestly, if you're somebody who likes like strategy type games and whatever, you'll like Opera Omnia. It's actually really fun. Each character has like different abilities that they can use and things that they bring to the table. And if you're a fan of Final Fantasy, then you can use like any one of your favorite characters. My favorite characters to use right now are Tifa, Vivi, and Yuffie. Usually, those are the ones that I use. But yeah. Hi, you missed when I was talking about K-pop. It's always when you come on, I've already finished talking about K-pop, and it's funny as hell. But we will touch on some things. I did look at NCT's video Boss. I did look at it. My reaction for that will probably be up tomorrow. I don't know yet because I do have other videos that I have to edit, and again, I'm still learning this program. Um, so it's like I have to make sure that I get that together. Oh, yeah, no, I'm gonna talk about my obsessions for real quick, very quick. So again, one of my obsessions um Dissidia Opera Omnia. Is mediocrely really. Yeah, yeah, yes, Rachel, that you are absolutely right. Um, People don't like a JoJo or a Tori Kelly. I mean, they know that they're extremely talented and they can really sing, but for some reason, everybody buys into the Taylor Swifts and the Selena Gomez's of the world, and they follow behind them. It's just like, why? There's nothing about like, I don't know. I don't know. Um, I'm not really sure. But yeah, banking back on it again, the City of Opera Omni. I guess because she's good at songwriting. Is she? I mean, I guess she can write a whole bunch of songs, and I don't know. Not many a lot of them are like very surface deep. I've never really like connected deeply with any of Taylor Swift's songs, to be honest. Maybe it's the voice turning me off, but even Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones said she can write hooks. That was shady as hell. He was being extra messy in that interview. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I've never connected to any one of her songs. Um, what was I saying? Whew. I don't know. I keep yawning like all of a sudden. I wasn't yawning earlier. Like literally before this, I wasn't yawning. Um, so Opera Omnia. This show that I've been watching is this K drama, which I haven't watched K dramas since what was the last K drama that I watched? It wasn't Love Rain and it wasn't To the Beautiful You, but it was the one that had Crystal and Rain in it. I can't remember for the life of me. I cannot remember what the name of it was. I was gonna watch Happy Together because there is a gay couple on it. But this one that I'm watching now is called The Lover. I think it's called The Lover or The Lovers. Um, Shoot. Yeah, I think it's called The Lovers. I was watching it. Is She's not. We are never getting back together. It's just the spirit of dumb. I can't. Oh, stop, Rachel. Rachel is funny as hell, guys. Um, wait. Okay, so back to hey, are you sick? Because you put it like a sick emoji. Okay. Um, yeah. So going back to the other K drama, not the one that I was just talking about, the lovers, but the one that had Crystal and Rain. Crystal, well, Rain, he was like an executive of this like big like company, music company or whatever, entertainment company. And Crystal, her character wanted to be like a writer, wanted to be a songwriter, and so she went in and started writing songs. They fell in love or whatever. I mean, it was cute, but you know. But anyway, the one I'm talking about now with the lovers is basically about these like four couples. They all live in this one apartment building. Each of them lives in obviously a different apartment, and there are four different couples, four different situations. One, no, no. It's called, I think it's just Lover, not with an S. I think it's just The Lover. Um, but yes, four different couples, four different apartments in the same building. Each couple has a different situation. There's a couple that's been together for God knows how long. They've been together for a while. For like almost like a decade, I want to say, and they've been living together for maybe like 2 years or something. I don't know. Um, and they're still like comfortable with each other, and their storyline is the funniest to me. I was first drawn in by the other couple I'm about to mention soon, but this couple like really drew me in because they remind me of how I want to be with my whoever I'm with at, later on in life. And like they're just funny. Their banter back and forth, the different things that they kind of get into, the fact that their mother, like the woman's mother, she doesn't like the fact that they're living together. She wants them to get married. The parents, they want them to get married, and the brother as well wants them to get married. And they just don't like that whole like shacking up situation. Okay, um, there's another couple, and one, she's like 33 years old, her boyfriend is 21, and he's like a guitar, like a lead singer or a guitarist from like a band that's trying to rise up or whatever. They're trying to like trying to be on the come up, but they really have no money at all. uh, and she's pretty much taking care of him in this house. I don't even know what her profession is, but she be taking care of him like her sugar mama, like his sugar mama. And their issue is that there's always like somebody stepping in that's trying to like, question why the two of them are together since she's so much older than him. And you actually kind of see like issues that couples would, like a couple like that has a huge age gap would be like together. Like some, if like me, like right now, I'm 23, 20. Well, I'll be 24 next month. I'm old, guys. And I'm currently kind of dating a situation. It's not like dating, but like kind of in a situation with an 18-year-old who will be 19 this year. But I mean, it's not that big of an age gap, but there is an age gap there. And sometimes it's apparent with the things that we're interested in doing, and kind of, and kind of uh, the way that we interact with one another. So I can kind of see what that is, but it's not like a 12-year age gap. Um, then the third couple, they're like kind of like a new couple. They've only been dating for a few months, and then they started living together after I think the third or fourth month of being together, which they end up kind of, they're still in the beginning of the relationship, and this is kind of teaching like the lesson that you shouldn't be so quick to move in together when you're dating somebody like that, because you haven't learned enough about each other to really be like that comfortable living with another, or with one another. Like they don't even like to poop in each other's presence and all that stuff. It's funny watching them, because like in the beginning, like he says something about her being a glutton because she likes to eat a lot, and she gets really offended about that. But then in the middle of the night, she's like sneaking to go eat and stuff. Um, and the last couple, which is the couple that drew in a lot of people, is the two guy characters. And one of them, what's his name? Junjae. Okay, he's living in the apartment, and then he's like, he posted up an advertisement, an ad for looking for a roommate, a quiet roommate. And then he gets like the one guy who answers him, his name is Takuya. He goes in, and they meet or whatever, and then they start having these moments where it's like they're clearly like into each other, but one and the other, and then the one has a girlfriend, but he skipped out on his date. In the last episode that I watched, he skipped out on his date. But anyway, yeah. So it's like one of those types of storylines. Like it follows four different couples. Each couple has different situations. I thought that that was like a pretty unique like thing. I mean, it's been done in the past, obviously, but um, I just like it. It's funny and it has the right amount of everything. There's humor, there's some like sensual stuff that goes on, and there's some really touching moments as well. And it's a good blend of all of that with each couple. So I think that, if you are, even if you're not into K dramas, even if you're not into reading subtitles, I feel like it's a cool show for you to get into. It's honestly an older show because Junjae and Takuya were technically the first Korean LGBT couple to be featured on a television show. Um, Happy Together came later on, but even so, they are still acknowledged as the first one. So I think they came out back in like 2015 or something. While you were sleeping, Secret and yes.
After you're done, can you play with me?
No, because after I'm done, you're going to bed. It's 8:02, Justin.
8:02.
It's 8:02.
After you're done.
Justin, you know that these last about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And W, I must. I have not seen any of those. Like I said, I haven't really been up to date on all the K dramas. Because I haven't really been watching that much TV, and in addition, I've also been watching like Thai dramas, like the BL dramas. I've been watching those, What the Duck, and Together with Me, Sodus. What else is out there? Yeah, no, I've been watching a couple of those. I haven't really been like into watching anything that's currently out, or with the foreign stuff. Like I just started getting back into foreign television shows. Nice red shirt. That's his uniform. That's a polo. He he has to wear uniform to school. That's his school uniform. Um Ooh, Final Fantasy Union released Final Fantasy VI lore, Terra Branford's Origins. I'm gonna watch that when I'm done with this. Actually, no, I gotta watch Black Lightning that comes on tonight, right? All right. Okay, so do you watch anime? Yes, I do. I do watch anime. Well, kind of. I used to watch a lot more when I was younger. I used to watch it a lot more then. The only anime that I'm really currently keeping up with is Boruto. That's just because I was interested in it since I was a big fan of Naruto growing up. But I kind of gave up watching Shippuden after. I feel like the last thing that I saw was like towards the beginning of the Ninja War. And then I watched like the last bit of it, when Sasuke finally gets together with them and they fight against the crazy Kaguya trick. I don't know what her name is. um, what the hell? Yeah. So I mean, I don't really. I mean, I was watching My Hero Academia when it was actually out, but they haven't come out with the next season yet. So I'm like, I don't read the manga, so I don't know anything more about what's going on with it. And sometimes they change things from the manga to the anime anyway. So I mean, it is what it is. I just said I don't read the manga. I know everything comes in like later on, like it's behind whatever I say. I can't keep up with everything I like and stuff I'm interested in. What artist would you like to do a song with if you could? That's a good question. Obviously JoJo, because I love JoJo. Excuse me, sorry. I would like to do songs with June's Diary, any member of Fifth Harmony. Well, more specifically, Dinah or Normani, because I feel like their styles match mine a lot more. Although I know Lauren could probably do it because she did like In Your Phone and stuff too. Um, Let me see. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I would be open to working with any artists if we vibe and the atmosphere is cool. I feel like we can come up with something cool. I really wouldn't care who it is. I mean, there are certain artists that I really wouldn't care to work with. A lot of these rappers out here, for one. But yeah, I mean, I want to work with Kiki Palmer just because I've liked like a lot of her like previous music, like a lot of the stuff that she's released in the last couple of years. So I definitely would like to work with Kiki. Um, who else? Hmm. I keep on forgetting that Dio actually has done some dramas. I really wasn't paying attention to it that much, but I forgot that he was actually in it. Um, I will check them out if I have the time. I've heard he's actually a good actor. Brandy. Oh, of course. Yeah, no. Thank you. You know me better than I know myself because obviously I miss Brandy. She should have been like number one. But yeah, no, I would definitely do like something with Brandy. Um, Anybody, like pretty much anybody from back then too, like Monica, Lee if she was still alive. Um, oh my gosh, I'm like thinking now. Like I don't know, like the artists that I follow now. Oh yes, hold on. Shiny, and I'm so like I'm like I was feeling really really bad because like I wanted to get myself out there so I could do a collaboration with Shiny. I didn't even care that if they didn't know enough English or I didn't know enough Korean, I would learn enough Korean just to sing with them. And I really wanted to sing with Junghyun as well. But I still have the other four. Um, so I would definitely sing with them. I want to collaborate with them. I want to collaborate with EXO, definitely. And I also want to do a collab with one of the members from. Actually, no, 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 I'm not even gonna say that. Moving along. So, how many people? Actually, am I? Mm, yeah, no, I feel like that's a good enough. That's a good amount of people. Like, I don't know if somebody comes up to me and it's like, "Let's do a song together," I'll be like, "Okay, let's see what we can come up with." And if it's good, then it's good. If it's not, then I'll be like, "Okay, deuces." But yeah. So moving on. How many of you guys saw Tamar and Vince on The View? I recently just looked at the interview a little bit, and I was a little disappointed in the type of narrative that was being put like that was being displayed that was being like put out there. I did not like it for the most part. The interview, number one, the fact that, first of all, did you listen to the En Vogue song? No, I have not yet. I really want to listen to it though. I should have listened to it today. I just really did not have the energy in me. It was just a lot. It was a lot. But yeah, no, I have not heard it yet. I haven't. I really want to do. But yeah, no, the interview was really weird. She was talking all this mess. He was sitting there like a deer in headlights. The fact that, first of all, the View, I have to get on this because Sunny asked the question, or they all were asking, "Oh, you were part of the original panel of the View. I mean, of the View, of the Real, and and then all of a sudden you're fired from a show that was your idea or your creation." Now, please tell me, when did the real owe Tamar anything? And let's be completely clear about this. Tamar did not come up with the idea for the real. Okay. The real was already an entity before they chose the panelists. Whether or not it had the name the real, that's neither here nor there. But it wasn't her idea. It wasn't her creation. She did not create the show. Um, and I did not like the way that they were spinning that narrative. Like Tamar is the one who ran the reel. Yeah, her husband was one of the producers on the show, but that only came after the show was already on. One of the first people that they actually considered for the spot on the reel was Lonnie Love, and that's because she's had talk show experience. You know, she was on Chelsea Lately and stuff, and then she'd been doing like comedy tours and stuff all around. She's been grinding and stuff. So they were looking at Lonnie Love, I think, before any of them. And then, they added each one after that. And I don't know like the details of it, but I thought that Tamar was one of the last people that they actually looked at for consideration for to be on the panel. I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not really sure. It's what people have been talking about. People have been saying about it, like even like way back, people were saying that they were actually looking at Lonnie Love first, but then they decided to make it like a full panel. I don't know how valid that is, so don't take my word for it. Don't quote me. But for them to sit up there and try to claim ownership of the reel, I mean, that's a little ridiculous. And she should have shut that down. Okay, no, I did not. But she tried to spin it like, oh yeah, I made that show what it is. The show is still doing well without you. I'm sorry to say, but the show is doing fine without you. They've been renewed for 2 seasons. Tatiana Ali created it, and Fox Network stole it. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know Tatiana Ali had anything to do with it. That's okay. Whoa. See now, so Rachel always got the tea. What the hell? Tamar is better than the real. I don't think so. Honestly, Tamar was a little bit much for me a lot of the time, and sometimes it was just like, I don't know, she was trying to be that girl on the show, and I just really wasn't feeling it like that. I wasn't. Um, she wasn't even my like favorite person on the panel. I kind of like Jeannie, but either way, like all of them kind of had something that I liked and disliked about all of them, and I wasn't really on any one side. I just knew how I felt about Tamar. I never really cared about Tamar, even when she was on, even with the Braxton Family Values. Sometimes she got to be a little bit too much, and it kind of turned me off. I wasn't really into it, and it's not even the loud and personality and boisterous personality, because like most of the women in my family are kind of like that, but they're fun about it. Tamar was always very confrontational. She wanted a whole bunch of stuff handed to her instead of actually putting in a lot of the work. um, I can't believe I'm hearing this. Tamar is that girl. Okay. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but this is my opinion of Tamar. I mean, you can get upset if you want to, but at the same time, this is how I feel about it. Don't go out and um, badmouth your previous employer, and don't put lies out there. They asked her if she had been in contact with if any of the girls tried to contact her or anything. She's like, no, I have not been in contact with any of the women. They didn't try to contact me. And I'm like, they literally, she's actually said in the past that, Adrian and was it Adrian or was it Tamara who tried to contact her. They have tried to contact her. She just rejects the calls. So don't sit up here and say that they have not contacted you and they haven't actually reached out to you, because they have. That's the thing. I really did not like how she was trying to play the victim in the situation. Yeah, she got fired, but don't take that as like, that everybody is all of a sudden against you. You got fired because a lot of people weren't feeling you like that. And it's fine. I mean, you get fired for people get fired all the time from jobs. And you know what you do? You just brush it off, get back up, and keep on working, keep on grinding. The fact that people keep on even bringing this up is a mess. Like I don't even like associate Tamar with the real anymore. Yeah, when I see old clips, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, but I don't even really associate her with that anymore. Just like I don't associate Camila with Fifth Harmony anymore. I really just don't, because she hasn't been a part of the group in almost 2 years. So, I mean, it is what it is. That being said, I mean, hey, I don't know. If she's not a team player, she comes from a Harlem family. She needs to be seen. The baby syndrome. True. I think that comes across. They haven't spoken to her since Logan started part of it. Does even care to reach out. True, but if you watch the interview, she said that they have not. They because the question that I think it was Sunny, I believe it was Sunny who asked. She's like, have they ever tried to contact you since you left? And her answer was no. That is just not true, because they definitely did, and they have watched. They went to his birthday party, or they went over there, and they have. Um, Honestly, I just that to me was like, okay, so did they or did they not? And have you or have you not been in contact with Adrian? It's like, there's just it's very contradictory, very convoluted, and I just don't like it. I just don't like the situation itself. I don't dislike Tamar. No, don't think that. I don't dislike Tamar at all, and I'm a fan of her music. I'm not feeling this situation. And then Vince sitting there, and then they asked her, like, do you know why you were fired? Were you given a reason? And Vince is sitting there, and he had like made a like face or something. I don't know. I was like trying to read his body language, but I feel like Vince knows something that he's not letting on. I feel like he knows, because he was one of the producers. For him to sit up there and say that he doesn't know anything that went on, really, you don't know anything about why she was fired. I call BS on that. I really do, because honestly, he should know. If you're one of the executives on the show, you should know. And they probably did tell you, but you probably just don't want to tell Tamar. And because Tamar is probably going to go and run with it like she always does. I mean, come on. But let's not sit up here and like think that Tamar is some type of uh, standard for this type of situation. Oh yes, no doubt what would happen. Either he know Tamar pissed somebody off, or he was the reason it happened. He probably was the reason it happened. I do agree with that. I feel like he probably was going around with his egomaniacal ways about him, and probably talking mad crap to the executives, trying to get her to get paid more or to have more time, screen time, whatever. Probably trying to talk her up, and they probably came up with this whole focus group thing to see exactly how people were feeling her, to see if they maybe wanted to keep her around or whatever. But I feel like he did know. I feel like he probably was the reason why, and he's the reason why she's lost a lot of popularity, honestly, because he just doesn't really know what to do with her, honestly. He was recently fired by Remy Ma, and I think he was also fired by Escape. Not even like a whole like couple of months after he had signed on to be their managers. And it's just, and then they equated that to with him being like all with Tamar drama and stuff, and I'm just like, it's more to it than that. I feel like he's just, his head is not in the game, and honestly that he's not that great of a manager that he claims to be. And a lot of people like to, he used to be Lady Gaga's manager. But guess what? He wasn't the only one who was helping to manage her. She had an entire team, an entire management team, and he just happened to be a part of that team, but not even for a long period of time. Um, but he likes to use that as a claim to fame, which honestly, that's not nah. I mean, I feel like Gaga herself, like she probably doesn't even give a damn about him. She's moved on so much, so long ago. She moved on from him. Um, and it is what it is. It's a mess. Oh, oh gosh. As I'm like cracking my neck, I'm about to close this up though. First of all, I'm like thirsty, and I need to prep for Black Lightning. Vince isn't really good at his job, known as the guy who discovered Lady Gaga. What have you done lately? Well, no, stop. He didn't discover Lady Gaga. Let's be completely clear about that. There were other people involved with the birth of Lady Gaga. Other people, other more well-known people, and people who actually do have good standing in the industry. He has a bad reputation in the industry, honestly, and he's also hot-headed. He tried to play this like thing where he was like, the quiet kind of person who just followed behind everything that Tamar said, but the show brought out a lot. The Tamar and Vince show and Braxton Family Values definitely brought out a lot of Vince's inner demons, a lot of his like other ways about him that's not necessarily like positive. He has a lot of negatives about him that kind of cause him to not look all that good to most people. Oh, oh, I'm surprised my mother hasn't called me. Hmm. Let me text potential Bay. Okay, sorry. I'm not used to dating. It's really weird, honestly. Uh, but we haven't actually been on a date since we went to Dave and Buster's like 3 weeks ago. Like it was a while ago. It was a long time ago, honestly. And then we had like a little like day at yeah. I'm not gonna talk about that though. I don't go into that much detail about my personal life on here because y'all ain't ready. Uh, but yeah, so we're done with that. I don't really care about that anymore. That whole situation is just a mess in itself, and I'm just not really here for it. All I want to say is, um, tell the truth. Like, don't sit up here and badmouth, former coworkers or whatever you want to call them, because it's honestly it's petty and it's very delayed and just through. But anyway, yeah. Um, some other things that have been going on. Somebody wants me to talk about the whole Lauren situation with her saying the N word. Now, a couple of people are saying that it's BS, like that really didn't happen, like she really didn't say it. I don't know anything about that situation because I haven't actually come to. But like I said earlier, if she did say it, then uh, we're gonna have another roast session. Sorry, Lauren. If you did say it, then I gotta call you out on it. And if not, then whoever started the rumor, shame on you. A lot of people like to throw it out there and stuff, and I'm just like, jeez. But at the end of the day, we really do have to stop allowing people who aren't black to use the word. We really do. Because it happens way too often in culture. Like when I was younger, high school, um, I um, one of my friends who was Japanese, he was like Asian. He had this complex or whatever. I think he like loved listening to hip hop music. He like dressing like he was like thugged out, all kinds of mess, and he thought that it was okay for him to use nigga. I'm like, hold up. I was like, no, 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 you are not to use that word. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I've been using it for years. And I'm like, well, who the hell lets you use that word? Because that word don't belong to you. That word is not yours. That word is derogatory to black people. You just can't use it. And he's like, well, black people use it all the time. And I'm like, well, are you black? Are you black? Oh, that's what I thought. A lot of people like to use that excuse. Oh, well, why black people? Black people always use it. Yeah, we're black. We can use the word because we claimed ownership of it. I don't use the word at all. I don't use the word at all because of its just because of its yeah, like sometimes it kind of slips out just because I'm around so many people who use it. But like I don't like the word necessarily. Really don't like the word. But you know, I mean, it is what it is. But and then people are like, oh well, if you guys want everybody else to stop using it, then you guys should stop using it too. And I'm like, bye. Like no, it is what it is. We tell you can't use the word, and it was used against us in a derogatory way. We have the right to tell you not to use it, and we can use it all we want. I mean, it is what it is. I don't really know. I don't really care because I don't use the word anyway. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not like fault about it. If somebody does use the word and they're definitely not black, then I'm calling them out and telling them to shut the hell up. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. I don't really know about that whole situation, but it is what it is. Now it is running up at 8:30. I've got to go. This is mostly me talking, but I'm gonna probably do another live stream at some point. I don't know when. Don't. Anyway, oh. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great night. Take care. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up watching Black Lightning tomorrow morning. I'm too tired, guys. You guys don't know all the stuff that I gotta do, all the stuff that I did today. I feel so exhausted. If I watch Black Lightning now, I'm not gonna be into it. I'm just. Don't you have something you have to do right now? They can still see you. Still see you.
What now? What now?
Good night, guys.